Well, you know, most people don't think twice about ordering an iced tea or filling up a soda with ice, but you better beware. Ice isn't always as pure as you may think. Dirty ice could even make you sick. Cater Lee goes up close with a sampling of ice found right here in the Southland. The results might keep you from saying yes to ice the next time somebody asks you, right, Cater?
Well, it has certainly made me think, Dave. I tell you what, we consume a lot of ice in our sodas, iced tea, iced water. But because ice is frozen, most people assume it's clean and safe. We took random samples from 10 popular places all over the Southland that serve ice, and we found a shocking amount of bacteria and contamination. How many times a day do you fill a cup with ice? It's clear and cold, but have you ever wondered how clean it is? Take a look at these pictures of ice makers covered in slime, mold, and bacteria. It can happen quickly if an ice machine or an ice storage bin isn't cleaned regularly, something industry experts say is often ignored in fast food chains, restaurants, and convenience stores.
When you go to lift it off, it will look like there is green chewing gum that is developed around the bottom of this.
And put labels on all of these.
Right.
Okay. With the help of a microbiologist at Truesdale Laboratories in Tustin, we decided to test the ice at 10 popular chains and restaurants all over the Southland. A Western Bagel 2 store, a Winchell's Donuts, the cafeteria at UCLA Medical Center, a Jerry's Deli, a Baja Fresh, Pink's Hot Dogs, an AM/PM Mini Mart, a McDonald's, a Pizza Hut, and the concession stand at an Edwards Cinema multiplex. This is a negative result. This is a positive result showing... Our microbiologist used a pass or fail test for coliform bacteria, the national industry standard for testing drinking water. He found coliform bacteria present in 4 out of 10 of our samples. Those 4 ice samples do not meet the microbiological sanitary standard of the American Public Health Association for drinking water.
It doesn't meet the drinking water standards. The drinking water standards doesn't allow any coliform bacteria. But it doesn't suggest a health hazard because there was no E. coli. So it indicates that the machines are not being sanitized regularly, and possibly people with dirty hands are sticking their hands in the ice.
Coliform bacteria, which is not acceptable by drinking water standards, was present in these 4 samples. Western Bagel 2 on Valencia Boulevard in Valencia, Pink's Hot Dogs in Hollywood, Edwards Movie Theaters at the Tustin Marketplace, and Baja Fresh at Sunset Boulevard and Fairfax in Los Angeles. The Baja Fresh sample also had a high count of heterotrophic bacteria present. A normal sample of drinking water has a count of 100. The Baja Fresh sample had 600. Are you surprised that we found contamination in 4 out of 10 samples?
Not at all. I'm surprised that that's all you found.
So what is the real health risk of contaminated ice? You may be surprised to know that ice has been found to contain salmonella, E. coli, even hepatitis A. And while those cases may be rare, most people forget that ice is a food that can make you sick if it's not handled properly. How often do ice makers actually get cleaned? Because they're often placed on top of beverage dispensers, Eric Birch says it's virtually impossible to clean them often enough, if ever. And it's often the storage bins that harbor the most bacteria and slime.
To properly clean that ice beverage dispenser means to get down inside it, to remove some of the components that are in there, including a paddle wheel that brings the ice up. It's physically impossible to do all that through this little bitty hole right here. And it just never gets done.
His company, IceLink, has come up with a self-cleaning ice transport system. We found several other companies on the internet advertising antibacterial technology for ice makers as well. But those safeguards cost thousands. And then there's the human contamination factor.
We've all seen it where the employee will take a cup and actually scoop it down in there. The moment that his hand is touching that ice, he's now contaminated.
Americans spend more than $5 billion on bottled water every year to ensure the water they drink is clean and safe. The irony is the ice we use every day may be the real danger, a dirty little secret at the bottom of your glass. Almost all of the places we tested had an A grade posted outside from county health inspectors, yet ice machines are supposed to be included in health inspections at any place that serves food. Next Tuesday night, we'll show you reactions from the establishments where we found contaminated ice and also hear what local inspectors have to say.